Did you hit the... Okay. Hello, peoples, and welcome back to the PodKase.
The PodKase is here.
Oh, everyone's excited. Well, Blake, where's your...
Blake, can we get a little excitement
Can we get a
from you?
little bit excited?
Literally anything.
Some enthusiasm would be nice.
You guys can't see the smile on my face?
No, I can't because I
I
only
actually
hear you.
literally can't because the mic's in the way. So,
Have a face for radio, Blake.
That is the rudest thing you can say to someone.
all right, well,
That's a good way to start that off.
Let's introduce people so people know who to hate on. We got Zach.
The one not to hate, that's me.
We got Will.
The hate train's been rolling on me for a long time, so just climb aboard.
Oh,
That's right.
And
Anthony's here.
yep, that's me. Hello, Anthony.
I just thought it'd be weird if you introduced yourself, so I wanted to introduce
Thanks.
you.
And that's Blake.
Present.
Yeah. All right.
Present.
Present.
There's only a couple reasons you'd be listening to this podcast. We are nerds. You know, you might
Hey.
be into the...
Oh, big
Hey.
time.
Blake, you're a nerd.
I like to think of myself as a geek.
You're the oldest one,
Geek?
Blake. You lead this group.
Okay, so age has to do with nerdism.
Nerd
Well,
is
no, you're still a nerd.
It's a
but since you're the
seniority
oldest,
thing?
You're,
Is it a
you're kind of
seniority?
leading this.
It's a new class on Civ 5.
I
don't know
haven't.
how Civ 5
Wait,
works.
actually, I have played Civ 5. I meant Civ 6. I haven't played.
Civ 6 is new, right? Like
Yeah,
this year?
that's the newest. Oh, yes, that's actually a good segue
I just got it.
into our topic.
So, what's our topic, Zach?
Our topic today, as if I run this podcast,
This
is
All right,
about
so we are
answering
on
the
a
door.
scene.
There's no door. They can't hear it, so there's no door.
You're right.
This just in, we got more package.
Actually, bring it in.
Hey, unboxing.
Will go out on the scene with this mic.
Take the
you take the
Take the mic.
mic with you, please.
Will's going to take the
All right,
mic.
let's go.
By the
All right,
way,
everybody be quiet. We'll leave it up to Will to commentate on this.
All right, we're going down the hallway.
we have no idea what he's
Find
saying.
this package. Answer case. I'll just bring it into Anthony.
We have ears.
Okay, it's all good. I'll be back for it. All right, we'll get that in a second. They left it in a truck, so
Oh,
so we'll have to.
We were like, we have no idea what he's saying, and then we hear it faintly.
we're like, wait, what?
We have our monitoring headphones up here.
Yeah, your sister left it in the truck, so she's gonna go grab it.
By the way, we are in the new Casa case.
Yep, this is the,
Yes.
we have left Casa Case behind. We are in a new abode.
This is bittersweet.
It is.
It is
Oh,
really
should we
sad.
reveal the new name?
Oh yeah.
Oh, you
this would be
guys
a good
renamed
place.
it?
There's a
We'll,
new,
we'll, we'll tell
Well,
these boys.
It's a new place, so we got to name
Yeah,
it something.
no, I don't.
It's a new,
new,
place.
new case, new place. Let's go. What's the
Is
name?
it the case place?
It's the case.
It's the
place.
case.
Oh my
place.
god!
You set
God
that
damn!
up so well.
Called it.
I feel like
Yes.
segues just
That
kind of
was
happen
perfect.
when you're
I
in a
love when
podcast.
segues just happen.
Even if it's just a little thing like that. Yeah, so we're in the case place now.
Yeah.
Another topic like that, we are going. Well, we're just talking about ourselves now. We're gonna make.
It's the podcast.
You gotta
Yeah.
get to know
You
us
gotta get to
before
know
we
us.
talk about
Oh,
the
yeah,
stuff you
for
want.
sure.
So we've got a couple friends that more so host get-togethers. There's Agent Drew, us, the case place. Trevor more recently. He's
Yeah,
been.
yeah.
tries
I want
Malad.
to start hosting some more
Zach will?
movie-centric stuff.
Who? Good.
Yep.
Our
That'd be so much
idea, we're gonna design flags to
What?
fly out at the side of the house.
What?
And it'll be like
Like
each-
Game of Thrones.
Each house will have their
House.
their logo.
house
That would be,
case.
that would be so good.
That is so dope.
Yeah.
That is the coolest thing
That's
ever.
awesome.
So yeah, we'll have to meet up and do all that stuff and design.
I'm
them.
hearing the Game of Thrones song in my head now.
See, I haven't seen Game of Thrones, so I don't know.
me
what that
either.
is.
Don't
So-
feel left out.
Yeah, there was a new season this year. Last year, actually.
Right, and there
So-
won't be this year.
Yeah, and there won't be one this year. But since it was last year, I think that it would be a good idea for today. We talk about all the stuff in 2017 as far as nerd culture, because that's our
forte.
thing. That is our thing.
That's our forte.
It's,
We're gonna talk about that in review and what we liked, what we found interesting.
Since it is the beginning of 2018, we got to reflect on 2017.
That's right. And then after that, hopefully we can talk about what we hope or expect in 2018.
yeah.
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 I don't remember 2017 whatsoever.
No, there was a lot of alcohol, so it will
I
be hard
agree.
to remember.
There was definitely a lot of alcohol.
More so towards the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, there was definitely like a 3-day period for me. All alcohol. Okay. I think a good place to start, because Blake already is an expert on the topic of his own opinions on this. Movies of 2017.
Yeah, Blake's
Oh,
already
boy.
made lists and like top 10 stuff, so
Well,
we can
it's
have Blake go off.
Mine is completely biased. Like
well, everyone's
my
Yeah.
opinion.
Everyone's got opinions.
It's not
we
like-
can just talk about
Wait,
it.
It's like,
wait.
this is the greatest.
You think it's
movie
okay
of the year.
to make
It's
a
like, this is-
list with just your opinion? This is 2018, Blake.
No one makes top 10 lists at all.
We are trying to be
Period.
inclusive.
People don't include their opinions in their own videos anymore. Blake.
Blake,
All right, Blake, we want to hear it.
what was your list again, if you would remind us if you remember?
I remember.
Actually, do you want to talk about it movie to movie, or do you want to just say your list and we kind of ask about which ratings are
I
which?
feel like if he doesn't just say the whole list, we'll get sidetracked and like
Oh,
stop
for
halfway.
way too
No,
sidetracked.
no.
Yeah.
That movie. Right
Yeah. So we're gonna just let Blake. He's pulling it up right now. We're gonna let Blake go through his list, and then we will trash on it right after.
You want
Yeah,
me to go in
after.
any like the order that I put him as?
Yeah, bottom to top.
All right, there was 3 movies that. Well, there was 2 movies that didn't make my list at all. Like,
Okay.
Under 10.
Oh, I made a list, by the way. As soon as you made a list, I made a list too. So I want to talk
Yes.
about it after.
Yes.
Gotta get it out.
So, our friend group sees lots of the just over the top budget movies, superhero movies, like
Yes.
just the really fun movies.
I'm the leading expert in our group on superhero
Yeah.
movies.
The one that didn't make the list is Spider-Man for me.
Homecoming.
Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Go on. No. Let him speak.
I felt
We said
like
we wouldn't interrupt.
the villain.
Now, I
was-
just really wanted to say we're not interrupting you.
Blake, hold on. Was it?
Blake, hold on.
Was
a
I
second.
gonna
I'm
do
trying
my
to-
list, or am I gonna talk about everyone as I go? Because it's feeling the other way, feeling the latter.
Just
Oh,
go,
no.
Blake. Just go.
All right, Spider-Man. We saw an old movie. 2 of us. What? I feel like it's good, man. 2 of us. Go ahead, put the headphones on. Do it. It's really loud for everyone. Everyone,
Yeah,
just go
well,
ahead and give them
this-
some audio.
This in general is louder.
Right.
All right.
I figured
Hashtag
because everyone was loud
rip
together.
ears.
Rip headphone users.
Talk while you're looking at your mic or your phone. Down there where it
Oh,
was.
talking down to my phone. That's probably the problem. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah.
Howl's Moving Kingdom.
You're good.
Castle.
Castle.
Not a whole kingdom.
Kingdom.
Okay, you saw that in
Could you imagine that
2017.
spinoff?
Yes, we saw that in 2017. It came out in 2004.
I didn't know it was old.
It had some surprising voice actors.
I haven't seen it.
Yes.
Well,
As the local anime expert out of the 4 of us, I haven't
It's
seen it.
one of. It's got to be one of the least
Fight me. Fight me.
Pass.
well-known Miyazaki films, right? I think it's one of the
Yeah.
least well-known.
Right.
It's like well-known of a Miyazaki
Yeah, people still
film,
know it,
but
but
it's the least.
yeah, as far as the big ones.
because I didn't know anything about it, and
same.
they're apparently, speaking of next year, they're apparently making a movie that's a cross between, it's live action. It's a cross between Howl's Moving Castle and the most recent movie where they're in the desert for a long time and everyone loved it, and it's a bunch of like people on cars with big explosions.
Oh, Mad Max.
Man,
Yes.
I was.
Wait,
yeah.
what?
Yeah.
Oh wait, is it like
Someone's
like an
creating a movie.
actual?
It's not a Mad
cross
Max
or-
movie. It's not a crossover.
Okay,
but that's the
that's what I was
theme.
wondering.
The theme is
It's got that feel to it.
Okay.
yes, a mix
Ooh.
between the two.
Okay.
Howl's Moving Castle, it was okay. It was just meh. We saw a lot of anime
Alright.
movies this year also.
Yes.
Spider-Man: Homecoming. Then tied for 10 was A Silent Voice, which is anime and really good. These are all like
Disappointing
my
as well.
top 10. Okay,
Yeah.
here. I didn't explain this yet. My top 13 movies. These are the 13 movies I saw this year. I don't go and see bad movies.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Right.
That's a fair point.
that
I
is-
only see the movies I'm interested in. So the top 10 are all movies that I liked a lot. Like,
I have-
given it 8 or above, probably.
When we get to my list, it's basically the same story. It's almost a tie between 5 through like 15. 5 through 15. They're so close that I could really
Yeah.
like reorder it.
Right.
All right, 10 is A Silent Voice and Disaster Artist. Both amazing movies.
Yes.
They're like so good, but I just like, I don't know. I just guess they're like too serious. I didn't enjoy them as much.
Yeah.
And then 6 through 9 are the 4 superhero movies that aren't Spider-Man. Well, Guardians is number 9. Justice League is 8. I like the characters of Justice League more.
Yeah.
Guardians was a lot of fun. Thor is 7, and then Wonder Woman is 6 because Wonder Woman's just amazing. Five
Did
is
not see
honestly the Sword Art Online movie. Did you guys hear the
I
door?
have not seen the Sword Art Online movie yet, and it's my favorite anime. It's killing me inside.
Same as with Jonah. Jonah's with you.
Number 4 is the Pokemon movie.
Yes.
It was good.
It was really
Pokemon
good.
IGN.
Yes.
Number 3 is The Last Jedi.
Also good.
Also really good. Number 2 is Your Name.
Also very good.
Viewer,
seen
listener who's watching this, we saw your movie. Number 1 is Pirates 5.
I knew it. I called it.
Of
You-
course.
I don't think you revealed that in the chat, or if you did,
I think
missed
it was during our party.
Okay, because I was like, I bet it's Pirates 5 because he hasn't said it yet.
There's no way.
As soon as he
no
announces,
way.
as soon as he announces, this is my opinion and very biased. I should have just said Pirates is number 1.
So is Pirates number 1, Blake, or what?
Just shoot straight. All right, what's your top 10, Zach?
Some honorable mentions is Spider-Man: Homecoming,
I hate
Wonder
you
Woman,
guys.
and Pirates 5.
Ouch.
Wow.
Okay, wait. We have to talk about Spider-Man now. Now that because Will and Anthony, you did not create a list, so let's talk about
I
it
know
since there's
that.
no more lists to go through.
I loved Spider-Man because of the Easter eggs. It was so good, in my opinion.
Well, you come from a standpoint of the comic books. Most of us,
But I've never read them, which is weird. I know a lot about the comic books, but I've never read them.
Do you like?
that is
I
an
don't
interesting
understand.
standpoint.
I don't
I'm
understand it
understanding
either.
it, but I
It's just
wouldn't get Easter eggs.
a well of ideas.
I was gonna say I never remember you reading comics.
No.
You just know a
Have
lot
you
about them.
watched videos of
I've
people
watched
like
a crap ton of videos.
explaining things and
Okay,
stuff like that?
this is my reason it's not in my top 10. It's because there was no backstory. I didn't know anything about Spider-Man, how he got his powers.
Oh,
Wow. You couldn't
I'm
even say that with a straight face.
I was like, how far is he gonna get in this?
Not very.
That's the thing everyone liked the most.
yeah.
I really liked it. I have I think a special place in my heart for the Tobey Maguire era. I know that a lot of people have divisive opinions on it, but it is so close to home with me. It is one of the things that got me into even the idea of superheroes.
Yeah.
So Spider-Man's really close to my heart. Not that I disliked the film. It's just that I only like it so much. Like I can only like it so much.
See, I just like it because it's so much more like he's supposed to be a kid in high school and stuff. But speaking of Spider-Man, Tom Holland's Spider-Man is going to appear in the new Venom movie.
I heard that.
Who's Tom Holland?
That's the guy who played
the kid who plays Spider-Man.
Oh,
And
Nice.
I do like him.
And
He's good.
Tom Hardy accidentally leaked that Carnage will also be in it in a deleted
Oh, they
Twitter
did?
post. Yeah. Like he said something about it and they made him delete the Twitter post.
heck.
I don't know much about Carnage, really. You do, I'm sure.
Basically, the Venom
Never heard of
symbiote attaches itself to a serial killer when
Oh wait, yeah, no wait, I know it. Okay.
and basically the symbiote goes nuts.
Yeah, I saw a video on it actually.
Oof.
I just don't know
Well,
them by name.
for me, Spider-Man, I only kind of saw the original Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire,
Tobey
like
Maguire,
that kind
my
of
boy.
series. I really liked the Amazing Spider-Man.
Which is weird because he tries to play a high schooler and he's actually older than Tobey Maguire.
Yeah, it's crazy.
He was really old in that movie.
he definitely looks more like a high schooler than
right,
Tobey
he just
does.
has that young look
Yep.
about him.
But I don't know.
I
That's
think
all I
it's
got.
already interesting that we have 3 favorite Spider-Mans in here. Different ones.
Yeah.
Different movie
My
iterations.
favorite's the animated
60s one.
Spider-Man.
The one where you see memes.
No, there's a movie coming out that's animated Spider-Man and
Oh,
the
okay.
black actor.
Why?
And in the show,
Oh,
he's
Miles
voiced-
Morales, yeah.
Miles Morales, yeah.
That
And
kid is
Really?
He's
sick.
voiced by Troy from Community
Oh really?
Oh.
in the cartoon, I believe.
That's cool.
Childish Gambino.
Yeah. Well, cool. Then
Well,
we all have different.
Spider-Man's out
We
there.
all have
Jeez.
different.
What else did you say?
favorite
Wonder
Spider-Man.
Woman?
Wonder Woman was similarly down there. Okay.
Should we let him finish his list?
I don't know. It's up to you guys on that.
I feel like we can go point by point now.
Yeah, since we have a top 10 out of the way, I'll just kind of go through mine sequentially. I really liked Wonder Woman, but
Don't like women.
yeah, I hate feminists.
No, not just feminists.
Okay, guys, disclaimer.
if you guys know, yeah, okay, just strategic. Don't talk about that. I'm kidding. By the way, if you knew me, you would know that I'm not anti-feminist in any way. Wonder Woman is good. I just had problems with it for tonal reasons, and then I am also like, I am not the biggest fan of superhero movies. I like them.
I got you.
I go and watch all of them. But I like most other like
Genres.
not I would
Other
I would,
types of action movies.
other types of action
Okay,
movies
yeah.
more.
Yeah.
Yes. Other like action adventures more than
Closer to adventure than
Something you
action,
said there
yeah.
made me think of something. Recently, I don't know if it was like on the radio at work or something, but someone mentioned, like, think of a fantasy, like, not real person that has died and that really, like, you can't let it go. And I instantly thought of friggin' Wonder Woman. Spoilers, like, just, any of these movies we're probably going to say
Oh
stuff
yeah,
about.
absolutely. Spoiler
Just
warning for
in case we
all
didn't
the
warn.
things we talk about.
Yeah.
Spider-Man dies.
But
That's why I didn't like it.
when Wonder Woman's boyfriend guy died, I'm still getting over that.
Really?
Like, thinking about it now, like, that was,
I haven't seen the movie,
I
but
couldn't
I don't
let it
plan
go.
on it either. So it's
Well,
all
it
good.
takes place in the past, like a billion years ago.
You mean like Captain America when he shows up in World War II?
yeah.
Yeah.
Total ripoff of Captain America.
It's not.
You have to see it, Will.
Anyway,
Similar
I'm just
themes,
doing it to
completely
tweet
different
DC
story.
fans.
Okay, just so you know, I based this on my enjoyment level, and I kind of thought back on it. I was like, yeah, it was a good movie, but did I enjoy it as much as some of the other ones? No.
You didn't leave there like mind blown, going, "Oh,
no.
my god!"
Yeah, exactly. I didn't leave mind blown. I was like, wow, that was a great movie. I really enjoyed that. Like I said, this is in my top 15, which I said is all close to each other. So I thought very highly of it, but it was like when I came back and thought about my enjoyment of all these movies I saw, it's not that high up there.
Gotcha.
So I was like, okay, still a good movie.
The only reason I would possibly watch it is because Ares is in it.
Oh yeah. No, he's pretty good too.
Ares for life.
Pretty interesting.
Zodiac sign. Love it.
Is that your zodiac sign?
Yes, it is.
Wow.
Okay, that's all I have to say on Wonder Woman.
Are you an Aries, Zach?
No,
I thought you were a late March Aries.
no.
Oh, wait, no, you're early March.
Anthony and I are the same sign.
Ew.
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 What is it? Kettle corn?
Capricorn.
Kettle corn?
That's right.
Capricorn?
Kettle
Oh, yeah.
corn, the astrological sign.
No,
All right, those were the only ones
Yes.
that
Okay.
weren't on your
'Cause my
list, right,
mom's a
Zach?
Pisces.
Those are the only ones. Those two.
Those are my honorable mentions.
Yeah, those two.
Off the list.
Just the two of them.
Yep. Wait. Oh, I forgot about Pirates 5.
Wait, what?
Pirates 5 was one of my honorable mentions.
Honorable.
Honorable
Yeah.
mentions, not top 10.
Blake is leaving the podcast. He-
Blake actually moved to leave.
I don't think I've seen a Pirates after Pirates 3.
Okay, well, time for you to leave the podcast.
I really loved all the connections that they kind of made. Like there was a lot of Easter eggs back to more than one film. Like they even connected people who weren't like happy with 4 because they were like, no, 3 should have been the end, or they should have gone a different direction. They still had stuff from 4, and I was really happy that they connected it into this big story. It was really fun. I always love Jack Sparrow. He's like one of my favorite like characters by himself.
Oh, yeah.
And I really like the ending, and I'm not going to spoil it. It's good. I really like it. It ties a lot of stuff together. But when I thought back on the movie, I was like, I only remember a few moments from it. Like, and I remember being happy with it, but I can't recall like maximum enjoyment out of it and being like, that was like the best thing I've seen, which I can say about probably most of my top 5 or 6.
Yeah.
See, Blake is probably like me with superhero movies with pirates. Like
Yup.
he just leaves and goes, "That was the best one."
See,
And I have that for Star Wars, so I'm
Yeah.
definitely
Right,
going
we
to put
all
that.
have like that series where
walked
we just
out-
leave and go,
I
"Oh my
walked-
god!"
I walked out with the feeling that this was the best movie I've seen in 10 years.
Yeah,
That is so good. That's exactly what you want, and I'm really happy you felt that. But I'm not.
And it's completely okay that you
I'm
don't feel
I'm
that way.
historically not a Pirates fan. I really like Jack Sparrow, but I was like, I didn't get into the series until you guys showed me it, really. So I was like, you know what? That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
and I like these movies. They're good movies.
We showed you Pirates 4 right before the
Yes,
fifth one.
I watched for the first time all the way through because I did fall asleep several times in the first half hour. That sounds like worse than it is, but we always watch it at the end of the night.
It was
When
like,
we tried
we're trying
It was
to
like,
sleep.
we're
sleep
kind of
over.
tired. Let's put on Pirates 4. We'll watch
Oh, that was
Pirates
like New
4.
Year's
It was
Eve where we
always
watched the room.
And everyone fell asleep after 15 minutes, after 2 sex scenes precisely.
In like 5 minutes.
That one got to the third one.
No one gets to the third one.
Except Ian.
Ian sat up watching the entire thing.
I bet Devin was awake
The
too.
entire room.
Oh, great.
Okay, so that's how I feel about that. Like I said, it's actually higher than the other two that I put in honorable mentions, but it did not make the top 10 for me, personally.
And now the official top 10.
Number 10.
Number 10. Thor Ragnarok.
Ooh.
I really enjoyed everything in it. Like, I feel like they blended the comedy that they had. Like, it was like one of the funniest movies I've seen,
Yes.
and it's not specifically a comedy.
Right.
It isn't, like, it probably might be listed as a comedy as one of its sub genres maybe, but it's not supposed to be a comedy considering the genre it comes from.
Yeah,
But it was so
Considering
funny.
the previous movies too.
Yeah. It was
Yeah.
Oh,
a
the
big
previous
change.
movie was like they could have introduced an Infinity Stone in a completely different way and made it still work without doing
Yeah.
that.
I don't even really remember Dark Tower. That's
Dark
what
World.
Dark World, whatever.
Same thing.
Yeah, that's how forgettable it was. But yes, number 3 was hysterical, start to finish.
Yeah, Thor Ragnarok was funny throughout, but that's just one element of it. The action in it throughout was always fun to watch, always like entertaining.
It was choreographed.
I never
well.
liked Thor so much. Like, it made me love Thor. He was probably like second tier, third tier of my favorites in all Avengers, all the heroes in DC or Marvel.
Will almost had a stroke.
But I loved Thor by the end of that, and I like how they even did something with Bruce Banner and
Yeah.
everything, and they had a
Yeah.
complete story arc with him. It was just so great start to finish, and I enjoyed a lot of
They
it.
could have done an entire story arc on Planet Hulk if they wanted to.
Yes, they could.
also.
Yeah, they could have had an entire thing on
Yep.
that, and I think everyone would still liked it. But they just included it in this bigger movie about
That's
Thor.
the thing. It blended well with the story of this.
Yes, it fit well. You're
It's
right.
Crazy.
So that's how I feel about it. The only reason it's lower than everything else is because I loved everything else even more. Like, it's
Yeah.
already at a very high level. Everything else gets higher.
We don't see crap movies.
We don't watch crap movies. Except that one. You know the one.
Yeah.
I can't even think of one to say. Last
Jack
year was
and
good for
Jill.
movies.
I'm worried that I'm going to be the only person to talk about this one. Number 9. The Dark Tower. This is...
I
I've heard
wanted
of
to
it.
see it so
Dark World?
bad.
No, it's not Dark World.
What is the Dark Tower?
It's
It
a
is-
Stephen King.
It's a
movie.
Stephen King, I think, series.
It was a series of books by Stephen King,
Which is great because it makes me think they're going to make a second one because it deserves it.
Yeah.
Okay, it was like... I had no idea what I was getting into watching it. I was over in Colorado, and we went to go watch it as a family. It was one of the most like exciting films that I had no knowledge about coming into it. I was like, I want to get invested in this world. The characters were so interesting. The conflict that they presented was like so immediately enticing. Like, I want to know more about this. I mean, Stephen King is a known good writer, but I didn't think he could set up a world that I would like. I just thought he was the
Yeah.
horror guy. Like,
This-
this guy writes good horror. Okay.
This was also like some of his really early writing. Like this was back when he like started writing novels.
You can feel some horror elements in the theme, but it's not the kind of horror that you're probably expecting. It's like it gets to you kind of on a level in the movie, and you know how big a deal it is to the characters, not like to you. It's not scaring you, it's scaring the characters, and you feel invested. And just the characters throughout, I loved it. The guy playing the black guy playing the mentor character, really cool.
He's also the black guy from Thor.
Oh, cool. I didn't even know.
Yeah, he is a great actor, and
Well,
Matthew McConaughey does
Matthew
so
McConaughey
good
killed
in that
it.
movie.
He was such a good villain. Like, he I don't like saying that he carried it means that nothing else really worked, but he really drove a lot of it. It was so good.
He sold it.
Yeah, it was such a good movie.
So you guys both saw that?
No, I didn't, but I saw so much stuff on it.
Okay.
It's really good. I thought it was really good. So I enjoyed it a little bit more than Thor.
Heard good things.
I never heard of it.
Number 8, Guardians 2. I like. I went back and watched a video on Guardians 2 to kind of like jog my memory because it was early 2017. But I really liked it, and I just remembered like all the feelings I had about it. How most of the characters in it had like their own story arc that they completed in it. I know it was like it felt very different from Guardians 1, and I love Guardians 1, but as a movie on its own, I still really, really loved it. And it was also pretty funny.
Yeah.
See, for me, I don't think I would put Guardians 2 in my top 10 this year. It was good, don't get me wrong, but I feel like Marvel has set such a high bar. I don't feel like Guardians 2 met that expectation.
If I had a like Marvel Cinematic Universe list, it wouldn't be in my top like 7. Just because there's like 17 movies now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think it'd be in my top 7 of those either. Anyway, that's, to be honest, I'm not even 100% certain it belongs there. But that's how I felt when I made the list.
That's how I feel about my superhero movies. They're just like there.
Yeah,
I'm
well,
like they're interchangeable.
they're-
kind of.
exact- I
And a
was gonna
block
say,
on your list.
They're pretty interchangeable. I wouldn't put it on the bottom now, but I would still put it maybe a little lower under Thor. Number 7, Pokemon. I Choose You. Oh my god, I didn't get to see it on the first showing that it came out because I was busy with work.
Oh yeah, us 3 were the ones that went on the second one.
Yes, but Blake, Will, and I went on the
both
second one.
times.
I saw
Yeah,
it
I
right away.
cried pretty hard, and there were like 3 or 4 scenes that caught me so off guard. And one of them is like a meme now, but that's not even the one I'm like thinking of specifically.
Lux Ray.
That's not even the one I was thinking of, but that's a 5th one. I'm thinking of the one where
Wait.
he's in the dream sequence.
Guys, if you haven't seen this movie, go watch
Yeah,
it
go
before you
wa-
finish.
go
This is
watch
such a
it.
good movie. Best Pokemon movie ever
Pause-
made.
pause
Pause the
this
podcast
podcast.
and
I
go
can't-
watch
I
that
can't say
first.
it's the best. 2000 will always be my favorite.
To me, it's the best.
I can't say it's the best one either, but it's
This just
If you
tugs
even-
at emotional, nostalgic.
if you even like
Heartstrings.
Pokemon or played any Pokemon games or watched any of the anime back in the day,
Mm-hmm.
please watch this as a favor to us and to everyone
Yeah,
who likes
watch
it.
it.
It's good. It will make you cry.
And then hear what we have to say.
Okay. And now that you're back from watching it, or that you just
Welcome back.
patiently waited for us to stop
Hey,
talking about that.
back.
Good to see you again.
Welcome back. Good to see you.
Did you
Or
listen
if
to
you
the whole
stayed here, it's
podcast
still good
again?
to see you. Okay. It was so the dream sequence when he goes in and he's like he feels the darkness in him that's like being mean about
yeah.
Pikachu and saying like, "Wow, you weren't good enough." That hit so hard.
Yeah.
And him being in like he was taken out of the Pokemon world and he's just in a regular Japanese school talking with like the same people he met in the movie. He's like, yeah, but everything just feels wrong. Like this world deserves more. Like I want more than this. And they're like, what do you mean more? There's nothing more. This is the life. And he's like, no, I want to be journeying. I want to go along. And he sees like little hints of Pikachu. Oh my God. It got to me
Yeah.
every single time.
Yeah.
And then the ending, I don't care if people thought it was weird or unnatural. I cried. It was, I still like it. I take it as whatever it was, you know, maybe Ash was just kind of like that. He pictured that.
Yeah. People need to stop getting their panties all twisted
it's-
on Pikachu talking.
It was lovely.
It
I
was,
loved it.
yeah, I
It's-
don't care.
Gosh.
It
That made
didn't
so
take me
mad.
out at all.
No,
Yeah.
I wasn't taken out at all. I heard one person in the theater say what, and I was like, I wanted to say what back. I was like, what? What?
Yeah, what? What? You got problem? You got problem? Look at meow talk. Just go off. on
Yeah,
it.
it's like my mouth talks.
Yeah, like I saw a video.
Legendaries aren't the only ones who can talk, man.
It's a dude. Where was Brock?
It's telepathy, Brock. We need to make an edit.
It's telepathy.
I should have done that right away.
And then like my one critique about it being like, man, I wanted to see my favorite, side characters, and then they show the end sequence with every friend character
Credits.
That
in the
was
credits.
so good.
That hit me so hard
That was-
again after everything. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, it's just so cool to see the beginning of Pokemon, like when it was first happening. I remember watching every episode. I get home from school and I
Every
go watch.
week.
But getting to see that as an adult, again, like brand new Pokemon
reimagined.
added to the story. It's all reimagined. So good.
And redesigned. Like,
Yeah.
God, it was so beautiful.
Oh,
It was just visually pleasing and just
So
it hit,
good.
yeah.
It hit every nostalgic
Yeah.
heartstring. Like every part of like the first 10 episodes that made you want to cry as a kid, they put in there and made you want to cry as an adult.
Yeah.
Yes.
On that note, I watched it sitting next to Adam, and Adam was like, after the movie, he's like, man, I didn't know what I should do, but you were crying the entire time. Am I supposed to comfort you during the movie, like hug you or something? I
my
literally,
gosh.
you could count more times I wasn't, or
Didn't
Yeah.
have tears.
It
yeah,
would be easier to
was
like
easier
have
to
a stop
count.
timer of when you weren't
Yeah.
crying.
I was crying so much, like just the little things. Oh my goodness.
There were a lot of little things that got
I-
me, probably not to the same.
Without a doubt, that is, for me, the best Pokemon movie ever made.
I
is
think
my
I agree with
favorite
Blake.
movie.
2000 is still high up there for me.
Yeah, I just
2000
like
is
how-
trash.
Okay,
just
get
like-
out.
I love
I just,
2000.
I just
I
liked
always
how
loved it.
with I Choose You they expanded on Ho-Oh because
Yeah.
in the animated series it's just like, oh, weird rainbow
Oh,
bird
look
in the
at
sky,
that.
and that's the last time you see it.
Yup.
In this movie, it expands and elaborates on it.
Yeah,
You
it was
know
like
what happens after Ash sees Ho-Oh.
they're like Lugia has Pokemon
And why he
2000.
sees
Everyone loves
Ho-Oh.
that. We need to
And
show
this
some
is-
light on Ho-Oh.
This is the only time that Ash is actually believably 10 still.
Yes,
When
yes.
he does something.
Finally.
It actually feels right that he's still
Wait.
10.
Hold on.
No.
What if in the real show, way back when, Ho-Oh flew over, maybe it dropped the feather just like in the movie, and he picked it up, but you don't see it 'cause he didn't. In the show, he actually doesn't pick up the
Because in
feather.
first gen you can't hold items.
Yes.
I
And
like
maybe
that.
he just hasn't returned the feather and it's keeping him ageless.
Ooh.
I like that.
You know what? That's it.
There is something in the Pokedex about eternal happiness.
And the item that every Ho-Oh has when you catch it in the games restores all of your whole party's Pokemon up to full health and revives them.
Wow. Yeah, it's a max revive for all your Pokemon. It's pretty.
That's really
insane.
cool.
That's awesome.
All right, that's number 7. I still really liked it, and I like everything else even
Oh, yeah.
more.
Oh yeah.
Number 6, The Disaster Artist.
Yes.
Okay, I've watched The Room more than once, but I still am pretty new compared to like other people. I've heard people reference it like from high school on,
Yeah.
and I was like, okay, what are they even talking about? What is this bad movie? And I went and watched the bad movie like as a sophomore, I think, in college, and like I was like, that was hilarious.
Yeah.
Like if
And-
they marketed it as a comedy, it wouldn't be marketed as the worst movie ever.
Yeah.
It like became like some of the lifeblood of my friend group at Central of just like
Yeah.
referencing The Room and like that like ironic humor. It, like
Language now.
yeah, it is just part of it. And so like that started us down like a stream of just looking up bad movies.
I along with you didn't see it. I didn't see it until we went to see Disaster Artist. Like
Me
Oh,
too.
yeah.
right
Me
before
too.
we
I was
watched
the
it.
same way.
I had
Same.
seen a
Virgins.
PewDiePie video. I watched PewDiePie. He made a video like on The Room, and he's like showing these scenes and like reacting to it. But that was all I seen, and then I watched it, and it just I felt full again. Like I finally felt like a puzzle piece was put. The missing piece.
Yeah. Okay. So the reason that it's so high on here, because I didn't think it was like particularly like a masterpiece necessarily, but it spoke to part of me on like more than one level. It spoke to me as like the part of me that was like loving ironic humor in college and now about like loving The Room, even though it's like the worst movie. And then with The Disaster Artist, showing it how these two friends just like go in and make this terrible movie together, and just like seeing the drama between them and like how passionate they are about it, especially Tommy.
You can kind of relate to that a little
Like,
bit.
yeah, because I make terrible movies.
not like
No,
that.
no.
Come on,
but,
Anthony.
No, but I was
Yeah.
actually getting to that anyway.
Yeah.
I relate to it because I know that a lot of movies I make are not that great, but I have so much fun making them, and I look back fondly on them of like, that is some of my favorite times that I've had, have been just making those movies and just sticking by them, even though they're not that great. And I just felt for it. I was like,
They're still good though.
and it made. Thanks.
I do honestly think they're.
I know
good.
I like them.
Guys,
I think there's
They're a lot of fun.
We are
The-
going
the
to
reason I
plug
love
it
them-
in the description. Go check it out.
the reason I love them and I love like The Room is just you can feel the heart in it. And
Yeah.
I usually don't judge movies based on heart, but this movie had so much of it in it that I actually felt it, and I was like, you know what? This is one of the movies I enjoyed more than a lot of others because of that. Like, it spoke to me as young filmmaker Zach, Shadow Zach. So like I really liked it. That's why it's number 6.
Yeah.
That, and I give prop to those makeup artists for making James Franco look
my God.
like Tommy Wiseau's twin,
And credit to him for actually acting
pulling it off.
like Tommy Wiseau. Like,
Yeah, it's
holy
incredible.
crap. The acting was so good because it was acting so bad.
Yeah.
You have to, some say that you have to be a good actor to be a bad actor. And
Yeah.
that's what that was.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Number 5, Get Out, which actually did come out this year.
I had not seen
or
it.
last year. I
It
am
must have been a really early movie, but I remember
It was
when
like over summer.
yeah.
over summer. I thought it was like
I was
spring.
affected by the meme of that, and that's it. The people running at the camera and then going.
Oh,
to
the Get Out
side.
run?
Like,
Oh
I
my
don't.
God.
That's all I know.
It's a really good like psychological horror, which is like a genre that I don't like care about ever. Like I don't find anything that ever like hits me. Like in the genre, like I've watched a bunch and it just
Isn't
passes right over me.
what is that movie? Limbo.
In Inception.
Inception. Isn't that like? Well,
It's a
not
psychological
horror.
thriller.
Okay, thriller. Yeah.
I mean like horror, like movies don't really get
Kind
to
of
me.
scary. Yeah.
Yeah,
like-
this is coming from the guy who laughs at most horror movies he sees.
He knows me. That's not a lie. I laugh just about every time because I feel like it's like I don't know. It's just,
cheesy.
Too cheesy,
like
too
ridiculous.
corny.
it is either cheesy if it's older, or if it's newer. It's so reliant on jump scares and poor plot that I'm like, wow, what do you know?
Oh.
And like they do something like that's supposed to scare you, but I just find it funny because they tried and
Yeah.
it doesn't scare me at all. Like I trained myself to not be scared of jump scares. I was like, this is one of those few things where I was actually caught in by the suspense that they made, and it's made by the like
Peel.
Peele from
Jordan Peele, yeah,
from Key and
yeah.
Peele, and I was like, how did this guy do something that like hit me on the like opposite of humor?
Right, he did the exact opposite.
Like
of
he
what
built
he
the
normally
suspense so
does.
well, and it got to me. And there's also a lot of really powerful themes in the movie that have like you could watch it without any knowledge of what that's about, and it's still a good movie. Like it's still a good thriller, and it got to me. So I was just impressed.
Heck yeah.
Although right now
Next is It. Then
I didn't see it.
just because you said you didn't like horror, then
Yeah.
you just
Oh,
keep
and
adding
then
all
next
these
on my
horror
list
Higher up
is
on your list.
It.
So the next
What is it?
number 4, Star Wars: The Last Jedi.
oh, that's my number 4. No, wait, that's my number.
See, I was expecting this to be like number 1 because like
Yeah.
Blake has pirates. Blake knows everything about all things pirates. He could tell you what happens in between every movie and all the little details. And I feel like Zach is the same way with Star Wars.
am.
He is.
So I was expecting it to be, at least up there where it is. But yeah,
The top 3 like blew me away in ways I didn't expect.
But also, him loving Star Wars so much, he's also hypercritical of it.
yeah. So
Yeah,
he
I-
expected pretty much.
Yeah,
that.
I have high expectations, which it met a lot of them, by the way. I know that this is a very divisive movie, apparently. Like,
I don't get it either.
I know.
If you didn't like it,
Okay,
I will
there.
find you.
There's gonna be a lot of people to find. Will
Of course, obvious spoiler warning
will
again,
find
because
them.
this is another thing that like people are
it
very
just
much
came out.
want to see. Still recent, very recent. Spoiler warning over. I really like certain elements about it. One of those elements being what they did with Luke, but it's also something I don't like because one of the criticisms of Luke is that he is just reduced to this like mean, grumpy, like, no, I'm not a Jedi. I don't like Jedi.
Just a crotchety old man.
Yeah, like, wow, this is Luke, the symbol of the Jedi. Like, what the heck? And at first, I was kind of on the same boat of like, you know what? I kind of wanted a little more out of Luke, but showing the theme of the movie being like failure and like the weight of it, he realizes that he couldn't bear the weight of being the symbol of the Jedi. He's like, it's all put on him, and then, you know, in one of his most critical moments, and he's so worried about the Sith coming back, he fails, and like, for only a second, really, he draws his lightsaber out on Kylo, and Kylo's just like wakes up in fear and like starts his, you know,
I'm
little
about
rebellion.
to die.
Yeah, like, oh my God, the Jedi is about to kill me. Like, and so that failure as a teacher just haunts him, and I just really like the idea of that, like, being a thing about being this symbol and the real weight of that. And I was like really impressed with that. The movie was also super exciting to me. Like all the action that they had was really fun. I really love Poe. Like Poe
Poe's
was
great.
like driving that movie for me.
Yes.
My favorite character was the Asian girl.
At the beginning.
You're the only
Both of
one.
them.
Yeah.
She was
That's
great.
that's the other thing.
I loved her.
That's the thing that took it down a little bit for me.
Well, because she wasn't
Yes.
you know,
She wasn't like sexy.
because she was
No.
just the door watcher.
The
Huh?
relationship
She's not
was
good
a little
enough?
forced.
No, that's
She wasn't
not it
part
at
of the
all.
the
revelation.
relationship was
It's not
forced.
specifically her.
Will said it. Will nailed it on the head for me. But the reason I don't care
Gotta
as
shoot your
much
shot.
about it is because it feels like they know that it's a little forced.
Yeah.
That's how it's supposed
That
to.
Finn was like when he gets kissed at the end, he's like, okay,
Yeah.
all right. He was just like, okay, that happened, and I guess you saved me, so I guess thanks are in order.
I don't know. To me that's kind of like how real life is sometimes.
It can be.
Like when you got like a crush and it's like think of Poe or Poe? No,
Finn.
Finn. Sorry.
Think of Poe though.
Think of Finn as like, you know, the more popular guy, like, you know, he's the main character. Then you're just kind of, you know, you kind of started, you know, doing stuff, you know,
With him.
with him, you know, just in the same time. And then you got to shoot your shot. So she crashed into his ship and kissed him.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Wouldn't you do the same thing?
No.
Shoot your shot.
No.
You probably would.
You got to shoot your shot.
I wouldn't because it's not possible because he was going as fast as he could straight forward and then she came from the side.
Actually, that's very viable.
That is a pretty
That's a good
That's
point.
a pretty legitimate. We started talking about us personally, and I'm not trying to go there.
Oh?
Hi. I don't know if
Okay.
the stream heard that or no. This is not a stream. This is
Hello,
a
stream
podcast.
viewers.
Can I get some hype in the
This is
chat?
the podcast.
Can we get some hype in the chat? I had my problems with it, but I'm also one of the biggest defenders too. Like I am critical, but I also defend just about everything. I really like something. I saw a critique of it that even improved my opinion of it, showing how they kind of took stuff even from the prequels. That was originally one of my other big concerns, is that like they're ignoring it, and I am one of the dying race of people that will defend the prequels until I die.
Prequels.
Yeah, episodes 1, 2, and 3.
Oh, those were my favorite. Absolute
Cool.
favorite. When
Seriously?
I watched the first 6 for the first time.
Wow, that is probably the most unpopular opinion.
Yeah.
I'm cool with it.
So you guys know, I
Because you
didn't see a
love droids.
single Star Wars thing
Well,
until
yes.
Zach had a marathon and I watched all of them.
But I also like the fall of Anakin. I love it.
Yeah.
I
yeah.
really love it. And
the
episode
two
3 is still
stories.
my favorite movie.
The two stories going on simultaneously are really good.
And I love Obi-Wan and I love the failure of the council, which is like a subtle thing that I've started to notice more and more, and freaking Luke brings it up in this movie too. So that I have my opinions on it. It's probably mid-tier Star Wars movie for me, which is why it's probably not like top 3. But I still loved it, and it's still like it's new Star Wars, and that's canon.
Heck
Deal
yeah.
with it.
Heck yeah.
Because he said so.
Okay, top 3. Number 3, A Silent Voice.
Jeez.
Yes. Yes.
Are you talking about me again?
No, he didn't say your name,
He's a silent voice.
so he's not talking to you.
That's my voice. I got a silent voice.
If it's silent, you can't hear it.
A Silent Voice was an animated film
It is
derived
an
from Japan.
Anime? Arrived from
Derived.
Japan.
It arrived.
Oh,
Derived.
that made me think of
Derived from Japan.
Derived.
I really liked it.
it was good.
The end.
It was just story.
It's one of
was
those-
incredible.
You know, if you're
Yeah.
feeling a little lonely and you just want to get a little
No, don't watch this movie.
you
You will just fall into a darker hole.
you just got rejected, you know, you should watch this movie.
only watch
No.
this movie when you're in a happy place because you won't be when it's.
And make sure
over.
you have someone to hold you.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely the last, like, probably third was a lot of crying.
Yeah.
Lots and lots of crying. It's a
Oh.
really character-driven, good story.
You get invested.
And there is romance, and it's really believable between, like,
yeah.
between, like, a really weird starting point. Like, a starting
Yeah.
point you would not expect.
Oh my gosh.
And it's so,
I'm just
so
remembering
sad.
it. I'm just remembering it so much right now, and I could not watch it again right now.
Yeah.
No.
I
If I
can't
watched it
handle it
again right
still.
now, I'd be crying from moment 1.
Like
I would.
I
break
can't handle
down.
it.
It is very, very
know-
good. Just go
Yeah.
watch it.
If you have the
I-
mental capacity right now, go watch it.
Yes.
If
Make sure
If
you're
you have
fully
the
loaded.
emotional
After this
stability
podcast.
to
After the
watch
podcast.
it.
After.
Make sure you watch
this
all
one
the
you can
mid-roll
watch after.
ads.
You stopped listening to this when we mentioned Pokemon spoilers and watched that, and then you continued, and then you stopped for Star Wars, and then,
So we're on day 2.
then you got back to us. But don't stop it this time.
Stop after this time.
Yeah, make sure
Yeah,
you watch
we-
the
This
rest.
is
of
an
it.
We
8-hour
need you to come
experience.
back and finish this podcast.
We need you to
So watch that
less focused on
after.
this and more focused on that and on a different day.
I
Yeah.
realize we've been talking a lot about movies. So
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
going to start going a little quicker. Even though we're at the top 3, which should get the most discussion.
Either way, like,
Your A Silent Voice, the other anime movie.
spoilers.
It's
This is
3.
spoilers. Is really good. It's a very well character-driven thing. You should just go watch it. It tackles some super dark themes. So be
Yeah.
ready for that.
Yeah.
It's going to hit you hard. Like, it is. I can't believe how hard it hit me, and I don't even relate to either of the main characters.
It'll hit you as hard as it hit Logan Paul.
That's 2018. We can't talk about
my
that.
Sorry.
God.
It's 2018.
My
Next
bad.
segment.
That's
It is
20.
not segue time.
This is not segue.
That was
We're not
so
talking
bad.
about that. We're
We're
not
not.
talking about him.
talking about that.
What is there to talk about? Just kidding. My
Logan-
life revolves around Logan Paul,
Hashtag
guys.
Logan Paul did nothing wrong.
Put it in the title so
Oh
people
my-
watch the.
That's
That is a false hashtag.
That's a-
Do not.
That's a joke.
No, I'm pretty sure it's a real hashtag.
Shut up,
That's a
Mike.
joke. He did things wrong. Okay, number 2 was Dunkirk.
Yes.
What?
Oh
Dunkirk.
my
What?
God, that was such a good Christopher Nolan.
Dunkirk. Do you know what it is?
I
Do you
feel like
remember?
I do. Is it tanks?
Christopher Nolan.
It was
Yeah, it
War?
does have war. Yeah.
I
World
don't know.
War II.
I don't know what it is.
Good
It's
Paul.
I
it
know
is a
nothing about
It
it.
is a World War II film made by my favorite director of all time, Christopher Nolan.
It was incredible, start to finish.
It's
So good.
some people had problems with it because it's not normal 3-act structure, but it was. I liked it almost more because
It
it
was
was
almost
not.
like all 3 acts
It
were
has-
running together.
It has 3 stories that go at the same time. They're just kind of interchanging between these 3 stories. They're not separate. I mean,
Similar to most like
Yeah.
world-ending disaster movies.
There,
Kind of,
yeah,
yes.
there are these 3 groups, I guess, of characters because it's not necessarily one character, but you're just kind of following the story of these 3 things, and you're like, wow, this is really painting a picture of what war is really like, and the true horror of it, and like the fear going on, and this time crunch going on. It is so dramatic, and you like it feels like your heart is beating out of your
But
chest.
Ick holes.
The butt.
Yeah.
It's beating out of your butt the whole time.
Speaking of,
Then
But-
they start intersecting, and you're like, oh my God.
Yeah.
but also there was so little dialogue, but it was done so well with the minimal dialogue.
Yeah, it was a really good story that was shown, not told, and it was shot so well, and the music just builds it up even more. Everything about it I just really liked. Everything was really well done in it, and it's, of course, my favorite director, so I know all about his favorite thing, which is time mechanics
Yeah.
in movies. He loves doing
And
that.
it shown.
And yeah, because Interstellar has time mechanics.
Oh, just a
Inception
little. Still never saw
has
it.
time mechanics. It's so good. Just go watch it, please.
Just
watch
watch
it.
all the movies that we're talking
Watch
about.
everything we're talking about. Everything's good. We didn't watch anything
We
bad.
wouldn't be talking about them if they weren't good.
Number 1, Your Name. Period.
Have not
Yeah.
seen.
Wait, you didn't see it?
No, I wasn't with you guys. I hadn't like gotten back into the group when you guys.
I know
saw
we're
it.
not allowed to say the F word. I really wanted to say it.
Is there an off switch on his mic? Oh, it's low on battery.
Yeah, I guess it is.
We'll talk into it again.
I
Still working.
have not seen Your Name.
I guess as
will
long as that's
confirm it.
blinking,
And you can leave.
it'll be on.
Wait,
Bye.
no, just let his microphone die off.
You know what?
Wow.
That's okay. That's all right.
So, wait, what did he say? Does he not plan on watching
has-
Your Name?
He
No,
hasn't
I
seen
just
it.
haven't
Oh,
seen it.
you're gonna watch it.
I will watch
Well,
it
you
at some
watch
point.
Your Name.
I'm
Just
gonna
so you know,
buy it on Blu-ray. I'm
It-
Oh, you
actually,
will?
I'm waiting for it to come out so I can buy it.
Your Name is my favorite movie, like of all time.
Okay.
It's probably in my top 10 of all time.
Okay.
Like it just
Cool.
made top of my list.
Yeah, it's absolutely number 1 of this the last year.
I made
Like without a doubt. Like it is a significant little portion above Dunkirk.
Okay.
It's really emotionally powerful.
yeah.
Cool.
Like me personally, I had a lot of, even though they're like kind of not good, connections, but like with the long distance.
Oh,
Because
yes.
you know
yeah.
there was a long period of time where I was in a long distance relationship, and you know,
for as much as you knew, it was positive.
yeah,
Everything
oh,
was positive about it.
yeah.
It was only at the end that things did not
Yeah.
go the way it should.
Just like the movie.
Just like the movie.
It's a really,
Spoilers.
really, really
Spoilers.
good movie. Please
Yeah.
go watch it. It's
Please watch
I
it.
will.
yeah, you too. It is so good, and we can be done talking about movies after that, unless anyone has other things to say.
What?
All right,
I mean,
here's the transition. Everyone, look at my new lock screen.
Play wants us to react to his lock screen. Low tag.
God
But
dang
look,
it.
okay. I
Oh, the
made it my
weather.
lock screen, and then I forgot, and then I went to turn on my phone, and I'm like, "What the frick? There's a low tag."
Low tag, low tag.
So I have
Wait,
to-
when was I catching a
So
low
I have to
tag?
change it.
How long has that been there?
Yeah, I must mess with you, Block. Was that the only low tag you found?
Yeah, only one.
I have not been able to play the game well.
Is everybody opening up Pokemon Go?
No, I'm getting to the other
Yes.
topics.
Yes, I am.
So around here, I've seen a lot of. Well, I don't know. It's the weather makes things weird. Cause like back in the day, that's all right. Back in the day,
Nerd.
before the weather, it was like you would know what kind of spawns you get. Like at Casa Case, like there was a point where we'd get a whole bunch of Torchics, or we'd always get
Whenever there's a Dratini, we know
Rip nest.
where to
yeah,
go.
that type of stuff. But now that there's weather, it's kind of different. I love the weather. It's the best thing that's happened to Pokemon Go, in my opinion.
It is
In a
weird.
long
Period?
time.
I think it's
Yeah.
better than raids.
It's so good.
I haven't even truly experienced that then. yet.
It's so good, man.
Dude, we caught so each weather has 2 or 3 types that are boosted. That the Pokemon are boosted, the attacks are boosted, all sorts of stuff. They're more common. And windy weather boosts dragon. Right now, the only dragons in the wild, Kingdra's not in the wild. There are no Gen 3 dragons out yet. So it's only Gen 1, which is Dratini, Dragonair, and Dragonite. They're mostly common around like lakes and rivers. So the chances of catching one while it's windy and boosted are very rare. Anthony and I were leaving work today. We never see anything good nearby at work.
Yeah, it's
We open up Pokemon Go, a Dratini's nearby.
Dratini.
It is
What?
windy.
We're like, okay,
Windy
we have to find.
boosted.
We're driving through all these like nooks.
We're driving through all these
Drive
nooks.
into a nook right at the end. Dratini. You see that
So-
little swirl underneath?
So yeah, the Dratini. We found the Dratini, and another thing is when it's boosted, it could just be like 12 CP more. It could be like very minuscule, like unrecognizable that it was boosted, but it can all the max CP of the max level of a Pokemon is 30, and then if it's boosted, it can get all the way up to 35. There's no other way to catch a level 30 higher than level 30 in the wild. This
Then boosted.
Dratini was 35.
It was the highest
The
possible.
Dratini we found was
That's so
So if you
35.
look,
good.
that's the Dratini. If you look at powering it up, you power up your Pokemon to make them better.
Yeah.
It currently would cost 8,000 dust and 10 candies to power it up once.
So the 8,000 dust is kind of what gives the level
That's
away.
yeah.
Yep.
That's how you know what level.
So if you
it
see
is.
one that costs, because usually before the weather, the highest you could find is 5,000 dust to power up.
5,000. Okay.
So if you find 8,000, that's like the highest level you can find in the wild ever.
Sick.
And we
I
found
can't
a
believe it.
Dratini.
You found that Dratini.
So this Dratini, it's only 71%. It's not bad. 71%. And when I evolve this, no powering it up, I'm pretty sure it'll be my highest Pokemon.
Wow.
Dang.
and your highest right now,
I
you
already
powered up a
have
lot.
A Dragonite that I powered up to be 3,100, and it's 96%. But this boy still
Just catching in the
isn't
wild.
level 35
Wow.
because, yeah. So
I'm just disappointed the first
Isn't that crazy?
100% IV Pokemon I caught was a
Zigzagoon.
Logan.
You better trade me that when trading comes. You caught Gwogan.
Are we gonna?
So that's fun.
Are we done with 2017? Is 2017 over? Just from movies?
What else?
We only talked about movies.
Video games?
I mean, I
Yeah.
almost feel that. I mean, yeah.
I can't.
I
I can't attest to this.
Oh yeah, you
so-
don't have a Switch.
Nope.
Yeah,
Well,
because
that's all we
that's
played.
what all.
Hopefully my mic really does die during this point then.
Yeah, I think if once we cover games, I think we can start covering 2018 and predictions and stuff.
Actually, I think we should just do predictions.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Just because of Will, and because of time,
We can just
or
give some-
just do 2017.
One of the batteries came loose in there.
we could talk
What?
until
Oh, it's still
Lincoln
there.
Red.
Okay.
1 hour in about just very quick mentions of our favorites.
All right.
Okay.
Things we just really liked.
Something that just came out of the blue and had no expectation of it being amazing. Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle.
So freaking good.
Like,
I watched this
honestly,
I
video.
have played that.
I
watched
played
It
this-
some.
is a lot of fun.
I
Oh,
watched this video yesterday, and it was about the creator behind it and how Ubisoft he's always wanted to make a game with Nintendo, and he works for Ubisoft, so he never thought he could. And he asked Ubisoft recently or something. I don't remember the beginning because I was doing something else of this video. But he asked Ubisoft, "Hey, what can we do? Like, what game can I work on right now?" And they're like, "Well, we need a Rabbids reboot, but it can't be a party game." He's like, "All right." And they're like, "Well, we're working on this really big game right now, so we can't really give you people to work with you right now." It was like he had like 8 people when he started making the concept of Mario and Rabbids, and they didn't have anyone who could make anything in a game, so they had to use physical stuff. And they came up with the concept for Mario and Rabbids with like a board and figures.
What?
oh, that's awesome.
Uh-huh.
Why
Oh,
do
by
I
the
see
way,
us playing that
they
at
need to-
Drew's?
have a board game.
mechanics that they have, it is so good.
Yeah.
It's so fun. Like, who expected this game to
Yo.
be so much fun?
I'm the type of person that never could get into a game like that. Like Fire Emblem, I downloaded the phone one, and I just became a
Don't
chore,
talk bad
and I
about
don't
it.
know.
Zach's sitting right
I
here.
couldn't get
He
too
will
into it.
maul you.
I'm right
But freaking Rabbids, it's so addicting. All the things that you can do and like the strategy, really toning down. Like it's, anybody could pick up the game and play it, and like get through the levels and stuff. But
the
really,
skill cap is
yeah,
huge.
fine tuning the strategies is incredible. So Will and Zach will probably have to share for now. But fine tuning the strategies in that game is amazing. Oh my goodness. Play the game, and they just announced Donkey Kong is getting his own story in the game.
And
Oh, yeah,
Did
we
you
saw-
hear
saw
that?
Saw that.
Did you hear that? Freaking Donkey Kong! Freaking Donkey Kong! Oh my gosh.
I really
I'm so
wanna play
excited
it.
for that.
that is still working. You whacked it on your knee and it made a noise.
Hello?
Well,
Yeah,
I turned it
it's
off
working.
and turned it back on, but
Did it turn off
It's
already?
definitely like
It
dying.
just turned itself
Do
off.
we need
Will's
batteries?
mic
I have batteries
died,
in
by
my
the way.
room.
That's-
Can you?
that's
Oh yeah,
why
Blake's
we're-
gonna go get batteries for Will. We'll bring him back to life.
Hopefully.
Wake me up. Okay. But anyways, so yeah, Mario and Rabbids, amazing. What kind of games did you play, Zach? 2017.
What games did I play in 2017?
Time's up. 7. No.
Should we talk about Mario Odyssey? Can we talk about Mario Odyssey?
Oh yeah, we really the reason like we don't really care
You're
about you
getting a
viewers, but I think it's Comcast. Hello.
This is the most.
Your appointment with guaranteed arrival between 8 a.m. and 10 a.m. on Saturday.
Are we all hearing this?
So probably by noon Saturday, this will be up.
Yeah. By the way, there's no internet in this house.
Yeah,
right
that's
now.
Xfinity calling to let me know
I
that
broke
my
that.
4th appointment.
World's worst customer service.
Yeah. Like okay,
Voted worst
when I
customer
called and was explaining what was happening to this lady, she's like, "Wait, really? That's happening?" Like, what? She
Later
was
down
so
the-
confused.
Later down the road, when Anthony gets big, this podcast will be sponsored by Comcast.
Hope, yeah, it better.
No, it needs to be
Worst
She was
customer
like,
service in the world.
"No way, that's awful." I'm like, "Yeah."
Good services otherwise. Customer service.
Yeah, they were
Not-
they were nice.
not.
So,
Internet awesome. TV awesome.
yeah.
Guys, how do batteries
Having
work?
the internet. Oh, well, no, I guess
Oh, I
not.
totally
I
put
guess
this one
not.
upside
Oh,
down.
you want to be a big time YouTuber and Twitcher? Sorry, we're gonna take your internet from you.
I prefer Twitch. I prefer the term
Twitch
Twitch.
A. Twitch at. No,
So
you're a
I don't
Twitchy?
know what the
A
term
Twitcher?
is. Just a streamer, I guess.
Twitcha?
Twitch streamer.
Yeah, by the way, just so you guys, like, we haven't uploaded to the channel that this is going on in a long time. So, hi, welcome back, everybody. Should have said at the
Reboot.
beginning, but channel reboot right here. I kind of went to Twitch streaming, so
Breath of the Wild is fun.
Breath of the Wild is amazing.
I've been streaming that.
I do think-
I've only played the Great Plateau so far.
I do think Mario Odyssey is a better game.
As far as
Actually-
I've seen, I agree.
I don't know,
It's
man.
so hard. It's so
As far
hard.
as I've seen, I haven't even really delved into Breath of the Wild yet. I
you're
just got out
really
of the
behind.
Great Plateau.
Breath of the Wild
But
is
I do
addicting.
recommend playing Odyssey first, playing through it first, like to your completing it or whatever, because it's shorter, and because things at the end of the game are amazing, and it's like it's so fun to talk about,
Yeah, well,
and like to avoid
So
like
I
to not
know,
get spoiled.
Anthony.
I,
To not get spoiled.
I've
basically.
already played. I just got to New Donk City. I just got to there, and I've already had so much fun with the game that it is like really high on my list of like games I've ever played.
yeah.
The all the mechanics they throw into the game that you don't even have to use. They like let players decide what they want to choose and use.
Yeah,
It's just amazing.
it's great. It's so good.
So yeah, it's already an amazing game. I haven't even really delved all the way into that either.
Another game like Xenoblade 2, I got like I love the game and stuff, but you know, Xenoblade came out, I played it, and then I finally got Breath of the Wild and all this stuff. Trying to go back into Xenoblade it's a monster.
I'm just now trying to start Xenoblade Chronicles 1.
Once you
It's
start,
on the 3DS.
you kind of just have to play
Oh,
that
really?
game.
I thought it was only
I-
on the Wii.
Yeah,
The
no, they
new
remastered
3DS.
it for new 3DS.
Oh my god, I gotta
Yeah.
find it.
I played it once. It's weird because part of me really wants to get into it. And
I've
Do you have a
played
new
lot of-
3DS?
No.
So, did you know that the frickin' new 2DS XL is the same price as a Wii U?
Are you kidding me?
what?
I just like made that connection. Right? Yeah.
150.
Freaking
250.
Nintendo.
Yours was 250.
Oh wait, no, it was 150.
I
never
think it's
mind.
150
Yeah.
or 200.
Well, the
See,
new
that's-
2DS XL is 200, right? Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
I don't know why I thought that, but I don't know. But it is also on the Wii U Virtual Console.
Yeah, it's on the Wii U Virtual Console for like $20, and it's if you get it on the Wii U Virtual Console, which I recommend. If you don't have a new 3DS, I recommend new 3DS first, then Wii U Virtual Console, because it's the only game on the whole virtual console where you can play with just the Wii U gamepad. They like created an option for that.
Wow, that's
That's actually kind of cool.
pretty cool.
All the other ones you have to use like a classic controller or a Wii remote, but this
prelude
one
to
you
the
can use the
Yeah.
gamepad.
Basically, I'm trying to say it's hard to get into. Like
It is.
They like. I felt overwhelmed. I told Blake about this before the podcast. I was just like,
I was trying to whelm him.
he tried to whelm me.
You have to be like, just, you gotta erase your mind and then just, I'm really feeling it. That's the only way to play that
I've
game.
played plenty of really weird games, so I feel like I wouldn't have an issue getting
Yeah.
into it.
But like, I remember, so I took a big break from Xenoblade 2, and then I was at Drew's, and I had just decided that I was gonna start playing Xenoblade like on my own time instead of only streaming it, because that's what I was doing originally. And you guys were playing, and I'm like, I gotta take a break. I have like a headache. And I went to go play Xenoblade 2, and I spent 5 minutes trying to remember how to fight things.
What the heck am I doing?
I'm like running around, and
Playing
I just
system
gave
is
up.
Interesting.
I just gave up.
That's actually one of the few things that I was like, I know I like this. This is fun.
Yeah.
It's enjoyable. I got to the first city in Xenoblade, and I was like, there are too many options. Like I feel blinded. Like there's too much coming at me.
Yeah.
Too many options.
It's
Too many.
such a big game.
So I was
crazy.
like,
It's vast.
It was too much for me. I was like, I can't
Massive.
get into this right now. I actually want something more linear.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes you need it.
Well, yeah. What else came out last year? Did Doki Doki Literature Club come out last year?
Cub.
Is that a game?
Yeah,
I remember. I've seen videos on it. That's it.
I played it.
It's
Someone posted something that on my YouTube channel.
Relax.
Subscriptions.
Had a really awesome. Did you watch it? His video on
Probably.
it. It was
Yeah.
really
yeah.
good.
Oh wait, yeah, I did. Yes.
Gosh, he's
absolutely did.
such a good
Markiplier has
YouTuber.
videos on it. I haven't watched it yet, but I plan on it.
It's
I haven't
good.
seen any playthroughs on it.
That good. Play it then.
I've seen Edgar on like Steam. It'll show up that he's playing it.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought
When I
of a
had
game that
internet.
came out. Getting Over It.
Oh my god.
Oh my lord!
There's
I've
an.
only seen one playthrough of it. And
Do you know Beefy Smash Dudes?
No.
They made an excellent Super Smash Bros. Like satire of Getting Over It. It's great.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
Sounds
Yeah.
funny.
It's using a Mega Man thing. I'll have to show you guys.
Thing.
Also, I
Very
didn't
nice.
play this, but Cuphead was another game that came out last year.
It's like
Beautiful.
just the fact that that's a thing is
yeah,
good.
I just really like that it exists. I watched
And I like that it was nominated for like
a
Game of the Year
YouTuber
and stuff.
play it, and that was it.
It reminds me of like a movie version of Shovel Knight. Like Shovel Knight is the modern version
Shovel
of
Knight for
old
Smash.
video games. Cuphead is the modern version
Yeah.
of old cartoon movies.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. It's
Like, keeping the same style.
keeping the style,
and
keeping
feel.
the feel, and it's just an incredibly well-made game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Crazy.
it is, and I could tell based on what I was seeing, and the animations are stunning. That's about it. I haven't played it myself.
The gameplay doesn't interest me.
I'm not a huge fan of shoot 'em ups. I'm also not that good at reaction time games
Yep.
like that, so I don't want to
yeah.
play it. I don't want to hate it.
Yeah, I feel
Well,
the same
I like
way.
them, but yeah.
It's like trying to
Don't
play
wanna
old
hate
Super
it, so you
Nintendo
won't
games.
play it.
That's right.
That's awesome.
Quick plug: Fire Emblem. Fire Emblem
What's
Echoes
that?
is a very good game.
Oh, I thought is that the phone one?
No,
Is that the Warriors one on the Switch?
no, but I have played
It
that.
was last year Fire Emblem year because they had 3 games.
It was pretty great. It was pretty nice to have so much Fire Emblem.
I almost bought Fire Emblem recently.
Which one?
One of the 3DS ones.
Awakening?
Because it was on sale.
That's the one you should start with.
But then I was like,
if you want to do it.
no.
Oh, okay. That's sad.
Maybe
Anyway,
someday.
Echoes is a really good game. It's really fun. It's fully voice acted, which is unusual. They've never
Oh,
done that in
that's
Fire
good.
Emblem. So good.
Ooh.
The next Pokemon's going to be that way.
Also, Pokemon.
Really?
Did Pokemon Sun and Moon come out last year?
Ultra Sun and Ultra
Ultra
Moon.
Sun and
Okay.
Ultra Moon must have.
And I don't care. What
I
people
didn't play
say,
through the entire
story
game.
Is awesome. I love the story.
That's the other game that I had to put down. I forgot.
Came
I
right
still have
around.
to beat Ultra. This is the first time that I've gone even like a week without beating the new Pokemon game.
Because they suck.
Like, I
Shut your
like
mouth.
the game a lot.
I like the game a lot.
Some of the little story elements that they've already thrown in, like extra story, not just like this story, but there's these little bits of extra.
Don't worry.
So
the further
good.
in it gets, the more differentiated.
Oh, good. All right. Well, I'll have to do that soon.
I don't have the game, but it sounds fun.
Oh yeah.
So much fun.
I have so
If
much
you
to
played
play.
Sun and Moon, you don't need to play it,
Yes, you do.
but it's far superior.
Wait,
Well,
have you played Sun and
I
Moon?
liked Sun and Moon. I liked the story. In
I
it.
think you should play it then.
Okay. I'll
Yeah,
play it.
Get
You
us
can play
one.
mine.
I'll get it at some
I
point.
was doing a Pokemon Go challenge.
Oh no. Yeah, I'm playing.
I'm not even gonna mention it at all.
Oh, Samus Metroid or Metroid Samus Returns.
That was really good.
I've only started to play it, but my God, I've waited so long for a new Metroid. I've waited so long.
People say it's a short game, but honestly,
Those people knew the game.
It's a remake.
before.
it's
the
it's,
original.
It's pretty good. It's like the perfect length for a 3DS.
That's really nice to hear. I
Remastering.
cannot wait. I played one time and I was like, this feels so nostalgic. This is like what I've always wanted.
I can't play that.
I specifically like the 2D Metroids.
What's the FPS version that's coming out or came out?
Metroid Prime 4?
Yeah.
It has not come out. They've only said like that they're working on it,
Now
which
they're
is
like,
which
this
is
is happening.
more confirmation than we've had for 7 years. So that's still amazing.
Because I remember it.
We gotta wait
it
3
was
more.
announced the
Should
same time
should be
as
coming out this year.
Metroid Samus Returns.
Yeah, but when they said Samus Metroid Returns, they're like out in a couple months or like out soon.
Yeah.
And then it's like,
We're like-
but we're also going to create this epic 3D version that's an FPS that you're all going to love. Oh, but
There's
that's
also
not gonna
that.
come out for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years.
Metroid
Yeah.
Prime 4 will probably be the Breath of the Wild of the
This year.
Switch.
Yeah.
Not the year, but the whole console. Like
the
Breath of the Wild was
The Breath
announced
of the Wild
early into the Wii
of
U.
Yeah.
Oh,
It'll be on the next console.
Next console.
next console. Everyone's like, when's it coming out?
It's just going to be Nintendo VR.
That's the Switch though.
Battlefront 2 came out.
No, it didn't.
What's
That was like 2002, right?
Yeah, isn't
No,
that the old
Battlefront 2 is
stuff?
so good.
It was fun.
It's a lot of fun.
It's more fun than people give it credit for.
I would say it looks fun,
Okay,
haven't
most
seen
people.
it.
Yeah,
but
It is
like all of the negative things come from not the gameplay.
yeah. It comes from the business transactions, which I agree with. I don't like them either.
for sure.
There's definitely some not good stuff in that department. But as far as a game on its own, it's pretty fun. Will and I played it and we had a blast.
It feels just like the original gameplay wise.
I disagree.
Think so?
Yeah, I think it feels different for sure.
Okay. I guess it's just
it
been a
feels
long
good.
time since I played the original.
Feels good, but I would say it's still not on par with the old ones to me.
Everyone hears you crinkling that, Anthony. I think it's time for the unboxing.
Unboxing.
Okay, this is something I bought on Wish.
Ooh.
I've heard about that.
No way. No way, boys.
what it
I
is?
know what this is. Do you have any
don't-
guesses?
He was
So-
feeling it.
You guys can hear me crinkling. I'm going to pass it around, and they're going to, feel it, try to guess what it is. Be a little gentle. You don't have to be that gentle, but be a little bit gentle.
So gentle.
So you can describe it.
So gentle.
It feels like definitely a divine shape here. I'm so confused. There's something inside, and there's like a little like cover around it, and that cover is very malleable, very.
All right.
The packaging
like,
itself.
Like if I had to guess, leather.
Okay.
If I had to guess.
All right. So this is
Describe what
something
you're
I
feeling.
ordered
It
3
does
weeks
feel
ago.
Very leathery. It feels almost like a wallet or something.
Yeah,
Came from
possibly.
China.
Okay,
More hints.
That doesn't.
Is it-
That's not a hint.
that's not a hint.
That's
It
that's
feels
a
like
hint.
game. It feels like cards in the middle. Is it some sort of Pokemon card related thing?
Is that your guess?
Yeah, something related.
That's
to
Will's
Pokemon
guess?
Cards.
It's really hard for me to even guess.
Oh, it is.
I
very
think Blake knows
wallet-like.
what it is. I've
Yeah,
mentioned it to Blake.
Wallet-like in nature.
Ready?
Anthony is
in
now opening
practicality.
it.
It's
I'm
a
not gonna
wallet with
open
Pokemon cards.
Here's the actual unboxing of a not box.
It says NS game card. These are amiibo cards,
Get
but
out of here.
What?
Oh, they're heavy.
That is a little weighty.
they're all the Legend of Zelda amiibo cards.
So they still have like the tap like an amiibo,
Yeah.
just cards. So they're kind of like the old QR cards that came with the 3DS when it first came out.
Yeah, boys.
That's so good. That's so cool.
The designs
All
on
the
them are
art
so
is super
Chinese.
cute. Look at the flute playing and what is that? Wind Waker.
The art on these is
Zelda?
really cool though.
I bet it's older.
A goblin.
It's the Moblin.
Look
That's
at these
nice.
boys. 8-bit. Is there an 8-bit Link or something?
Yo.
Yeah.
Y'all.
It is really
They're
cool.
like off-brand.
Yeah, it looks like off-brand.
They're very off-brand.
It's Lank.
It's Lank. Not Lank. Dorf.
Darf.
Yeah, Darf. More like Doof.
Yo. I don't even know if they work.
Is that Ganon Doofenshmirtz?
That really looks like
Yes.
someone wishes it was Ganon.
Now
It's like a
the pay to win is real.
cosplay. It's not even Ganon. It's
Heck
a
yeah.
cosplay.
And it comes with this book and you can put them in the sleeves and it'll work through the sleeves.
That is a really nice book too.
When I saw the book, I thought it was a book you ordered for D&D.
No, I already got
Oh
one.
shoot! Yeah, I gotta go
Thought
get
you
a
already had
notebook for
one,
that.
too.
Yeah.
You don't have one?
No.
By the way, guys,
99 cents at the dollar store, boy.
I feel like I need to mention for you viewers, anybody listening, especially up to this point, make sure you leave any opinions you have. If you like Blake said something, you're like, I don't agree with that. Make sure you say it. You know, we like
Especially
hearing
if it's
everybody's
Blake.
opinions.
Fight
Especially-
us.
Fight us.
Fight me.
Yeah.
Everybody here
will
knows
dis-
I
it'll-
will fight you about that opinion.
It'll help us decide if we want to have Zach and Will back.
Yeah,
Or
it will
Blake.
be the only deciding factor on whether we have Zach and Will
Blake,
back.
Blake and I have been thinking about making the podcast weekly, and like having a special guests like once a month.
Yeah.
So like end of the month or beginning of the month, whatever it is.
Sounds good.
But Blake and I will just always have it, and then we'll like bring you guys in.
Yeah. I'd totally
Sounds
be
good.
down.
Heck yeah. But yeah, it's fun. Or maybe even more. Like I don't want to just limit it to one. If you guys are like free,
Right.
we'll be like, hey, we're doing a podcast. If anyone wants to join. Well, I'm going to try and figure out the mic situation a little better. But yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, you guys can look forward to more podcasts probably.
Let us know what your favorite segments were.
Yeah, let us know what you guys want to hear us talk about, stuff like
If
that.
you really liked the movie descriptions we were giving in our lists, let us know. Like, if you like the lists specifically, then say, hey, I like the lists. If you liked the movies, then be like, hey, you guys have awesome opinions on movies.
Or
we already
where
knew
was
that.
this movie? Where was this movie? Why was this movie specifically eighth? Really? Eighth?
We can elaborate
That's
on
the
it.
one you have an issue with. 8th place, not number 1, not number 10.
Eighth.
Let us know everything.
Yeah, we're interested.
Keep us
We
informed.
care about your opinions.
Oh, by the way, we were saying this, but it's not the end. We're still going to talk about like our goal or predictions.
Yeah, we're at the halfway point in our discussion. Not that we're
So-
necessarily halfway time-wise.
So we're going to talk about like games, for instance, that we are looking forward to. Dragon Quest Builders.
What?
Let's go.
Talk about
If
Dragon
you have a
Quest.
Switch,
For me,
download that game.
it's getting a Switch and playing Mario
Yeah.
Odyssey.
Will still needs to get a Switch.
I've always been behind on this kind of stuff.
Can't believe it.
I think for once I'm actually caught up. Like I totally skipped Wii U phase.
Woo.
I was like,
Join the club.
I got a 3DS.
I was working backwards. I had like my newest console I personally own is a 3DS, and then I got a PS3, and then I got an original Xbox.
The original Xbox.
The original Xbox. I have Halo
What's
1
next?
and 2.
Like Sega
yeah,
Genesis?
Xbox One, right? That
Nope.
is a joke that
I
is a
will
little
hurt
old.
you.
That is an old joke. Now,
No, the 1X. Not the Scorpio, the 1X. The most disappointing change
110.
ever.
Did you guys hear my joke about Star Wars?
No.
I'm going to bring it up now because you're talking about X. You know how The Last Jedi is just like, wow, they're going to keep going with this movie. Like, it just kept going and going. You're like, dang, this is really good. this could be the end, and you're like, nope, it's not the end, and then they go and they keep going.
Oh, I totally forgot to mention 2 things about the movie. Go ahead.
The movie was so long that they're skipping 9 and going straight to 10. The next Star Wars is
Star
Episode
Wars
X.
X.
Star Wars X.
Yep.
Like the iPhones.
Two other things about
Windows.
the movie really quick. I had some of the most like awe moments, like my mouth dropped and like I almost was unable to critically think about the movie
His
anymore.
analytical mind shut down.
It shut down because I was like, what? Like so many times. Like that was one of the best movie experiences, like just sitting in the theater being like wowed and unable to predict anything that was going on screen. That's why also it's really high up. Another thing that I just forgot. That's it.
The length,
Oh yeah, the length was really long.
but good. You never felt like you wanted it to end, or felt like, I don't know.
Like
Never
you
took
never
you
knew
out.
when you thought it was gonna end.
Yeah. Okay.
Heck yeah.
Movies or games I'm excited about. Fire Emblem 2018.
If it's 2018,
They did say it was 2018.
did they?
Yeah, and they said it's not.
Takes place
it's
in
not,
the year 2018.
Yeah. They said that it is an original title, not a remake like Echoes or
So,
Shadow
Dragon.
11 and 12 were both remakes. So I'm super hyped for whatever that'll be. I'm hyped for Metroid Prime 4 if it's coming this year. I doubt it. I actually think it's going to come 2019 since I haven't seen anything more on it.
Since this is kind of a blend of both movies and games, I am so hyped. This one's going out to Sean for Ready Player One.
Oh yes,
That
yes.
movie
Yeah.
looks ridiculous. It looks like they're just gonna cram it with Easter eggs,
Yeah.
but
As
do
many
it
as
very,
possible.
but also able to do it very tastefully.
I better see Shovel Knight.
Of what I've already seen, I've already been like, dang, that's really cool.
This is
I
gonna
know
be
like all of these
That's
things.
gonna get us so good.
I mean, that is a perfect movie for us because we are like,
Nerds.
All of us have expertise in like different things that we like.
Way to curve that ball, Zach.
All of us have different like we were saying, like Blake likes pirates a lot, and Will likes comics a lot. I like Star Wars a lot.
I like anime titty. I'm just kidding.
that was one of the
I
words
don't
we said
know.
we couldn't use, Anthony.
What?
He
Anime?
didn't finish it.
Anime?
Anime
you're right.
tidbits.
Should have told me earlier.
You're right.
Little
Tidbits.
tidbits,
Yes.
like the
Little
little
tidbits.
little short film animes.
Little interesting facts about anime.
Yeah.
I thought I was gonna be the first one to slip up.
I thought I was gonna say the F
We
word
could say
earlier.
titties.
Okay.
Oh, that's
It's
the
not an
word?
actual word.
That's
What word did you think I was gonna say, Will?
it.
It.
Anthony was definitely about to say
Isn't
it.
that the forbidden word?
No, I thought that was definitely the word I thought you were gonna say. Okay,
Oh wow.
that's Anthony's expertise.
Oh,
Everyone is so confused.
very.
Well, okay, so there were some controversial moments in 2017 that might have future implications, like the thing about
Election.
The election was not 2017.
like that was not 2017.
Quit living in the past.
The president.
Well, yeah, that's like a given.
What's that?
I'm talking about like the whole thing about loot boxes recently, about
I know,
whether
it's
it's
been crazy.
gambling or not. Which, when I saw a video about it, I don't think it is, and it's
Yeah.
actually not a bad practice.
I wouldn't think it is.
And
Definitely get what you paid for.
I don't personally have a problem with it because I like never spend actual money on it. I
Yeah.
almost never pay to win except Smash.
The fact that you can like earn it
Tee-hee.
by playing the game
yeah,
makes it not get like if
yeah.
you could
As long
only
as you
get
can
it,
earn it in game, I'll just
Yeah.
keep playing it. Like, yeah, okay,
I'll play to get it. I'll do whatever I can to be free.
yeah.
I'll go to Pokestops and get Pokeballs instead of buying them in Pokemon
It
Go.
it never forces you
I
to
will
buy
drop
it.
$100 on a game if I must.
You don't have
You
to,
are part
Will.
of the
It's not a
problem.
must.
If I
Spend those $100 towards a Switch. It's worth it.
Yeah, Will.
so is trying to win in any other game.
No, it's not.
Will could
$100?
probably have bought a Switch with the money he's dropped in Pokemon Go.
Alone. There's other games I put money into that I'm not proud of.
Well, I'm the opposite. I will never put money in a game unless I am super invested in it,
I would
like
be
I was in
EA's
Smash.
best friend. I'll put it that way.
EA is another topic of controversy from last year.
EA Sports.
It's in the game.
Follows the loot boxes.
Yeah, it kind of trails right on that of really bad business practices of making things like pay to win. The whole idea of pay to win. It is like one of the biggest backers of it.
Which is like my sub nickname in our group.
Yeah, because you play Corrin.
Corn's Bay.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Can't even lie.
Can't lie. Also play Roy.
Dragon
win.
feet. You know they're human feet on a dragon.
At least she has feet,
Shoot.
unlike Lucina.
What about where do you think indie is gonna come? Because we had some good indie titles
Show
from
me.
last year,
Well,
and I feel like some of them get
Meat
way more hype than lots and lots of AAA titles.
currently, a lot of indie fighters have been coming out.
Oh yes.
So there's
oh my
Indie
God, so many
Pogo,
good ones.
Brawl Out,
Rivals of Aether.
I
Rivals
love
of Aether. These things are happening a lot more.
And they're building on communities that already exist. And I think that's their
Yep.
strength is that they know what they're targeting, and they do it so well. They're kind of responding to what fans want.
Which is awesome.
Because it's fan made. It's it's made by people who like these genres and want to see, it go farther, go to what they know fans want too.
On that note, I'm really looking I want more from Playtonic Games specifically.
That's the one that does Shovel Knight?
Ukulele.
Oh, dang it.
So they did Ukulele.
Anytime Anthony talks about an indie game,
It's,
Shovel Knight.
it's probably Shovel Knight, but in this case,
And the
it's
one time-
Ukulele. But I just this is one of the first times I can really I've really followed the whole team. I follow Yacht Club Games and I'm always up to date on what they're posting and stuff. But also Playtonic Games, I just want more from these people. And back in the past, it was just kind of I would just find out about a game from Blake or something, and then be excited about it. But I don't know. I'm excited to be excited about games.
Yeah. Well, okay. Another thing is that, tied to this, is that the people who made one of the really popular games of last year, Sonic Mania, was made by fans, not the people that usually.
Completely.
Yeah, they basically took a fan-made project and made it into an official game, which
Yep.
on its own merit is just really cool that a
Yep.
big company took a game that was being made, instead of shutting it down and being like, no, we make the games around here. They said, no, that looks good. Actually, we really like that. You should do more. And they made it a full game, and it was a real hit.
Yeah.
They
A
based-
bigger hit than the 3D one
There are,
that they.
there are people
the
that say
team
it's
made
their
later.
favorite.
Yeah,
So,
that fans made.
They basically took the idea of Super Mario Maker
Yeah.
and let people make Sonic levels, and then they're like, no, these levels are actually so good, we're gonna make it into a legit game with these levels,
yeah.
not
That's
just
awesome.
playing other people's levels that have built them recently.
I've heard some people go so far as to say that is Sonic coming back. That's what people have been waiting for years and years and years for.
Not the game we wanted, but the game we needed.
Yeah.
The game we wanted, but not the game we deserve.
Yeah.
So I just really like this kind of movement recently of just these small companies or sometimes even independent creators going and really making the games that everyone wants more than where AAA games are already going.
Yeah.
And sometimes they get all the hype, even if they're free or close to free or very cheap.
Yeah.
So it's just really cool to see that.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering how AAA companies are going to respond to that, knowing that. Maybe they'll try and listen more. That's the hope.
Hopefully.
That's the hope.
That's
This
what we're
is-
hoping for.
This is half of the discussion of 2018. is
Hear us
hopes.
roar.
That's my hopes, is that they kind of listen more to
yeah.
what people want. And
It feels like that's going to happen though.
I feel like it should,
it's
or else they're
time.
going to kind of die out.
Yeah.
It's do or die for that. Because a lot of series are even they pump out a new game and then
And
it
it
gets
feels
almost
it
nothing.
feels like not so much Nintendo, but
Yeah,
more of the other
Nintendo's
places.
actually doing pretty
Nintendo's
good.
PlayStation and Xbox, not trying to bring any hate to y'all, but it kind of just feels like there's just people locked away in an office building just making whatever. You know, they're like, oh, we gotta make another Call of Duty game. What can we do different? But they're just staying in their box. They're not like
Right, they're
taking
just
in
staying
what
in their
people
lane.
want. Yeah.
They're not trying to think creatively.
Yeah.
People do criticize a lot of Nintendo for really throwing in new mechanics, trying something radically different, and sometimes it really, really, really doesn't work out. But the fact that they've always been trying and testing and seeing their fan reception, they're fine-tuning what is a good game, and most of my good games from last year are Nintendo games, and the other ones are indies.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a little biased towards both of them.
Sony, Microsoft, step it up.
Yeah. Well,
it
and the
up.
people who just make games for them, for the
Yeah.
gamer quotation mark community.
Yeah.
Step
Blake,
up
you
your
haven't talked in
game.
a while.
Do you even game, bro?
What do you what
What's
do you
on
think
your
about
mind?
2018? Like, what do you think of Block?
I really
He's just gonna make this really hard to edit now.
I really like the sound of this clock.
If only the podcast could hear it.
Go on.
It could be good.
All right. Thank you.
It could be good. Someone put that in quotation marks, slap that in a book.
It's going to be a very deciding year.
Why do you think?
Oh,
For what?
deciding. That's deep.
Deciding what?
It'll be like people will
I'm listening.
take what comes.
And
Don't listen to Anthony. I'm listening.
They're gonna they're gonna need to the games that are going to
Go on.
somebody
all the editing.
Please. I'm desperate to hear what you have to say.
I don't
With-
know what
with, like-
Anthony finds so funny.
with like play act,
Blake, just say it. Just say it.
No, I'm
Guys.
losing it.
the problem was I didn't have anything to say.
The answer was so obvious. We couldn't even.
Oh,
I was
You guys
laughing
just
at
wanted
Anthony's
you guys wanted me to
reaction.
say
Not
something
just
so
Blake. I was laughing at Anthony.
you guys wanted me to say something so profound. I was like stalling for time and trying to figure out, and you guys kept like, "Oh, Blake, say something, say it. You have something amazing to say." I'm like, I can't think.
Blake, we don't want you to think that we hold you to. Well, I don't want to say we don't, but I want you. We don't hold you to that.
We're not expecting like the most
We don't-
profound thing.
We
We're
don't
just-
need.
Sometimes we just want to hear from
Freaking-
you at all. You know.
Exactly.
We don't need a Socrates
We don't always
answer.
expect. Yeah, we don't always expect the
Games
best to come out.
Are for the players.
Especially with you.
Doesn't that
is
sound-
deep.
Especially that was.
No, it's not. I just said it. It wasn't actually deep.
I mean,
Is when does Infinity War come out?
Oh gosh,
May.
I don't. Yeah.
May
May.
of this coming year?
Yes.
Only a few
Soon.
months away, May?
Hey,
Isn't Black
Next
Panther next month?
Black Panther's next month, and it looks excellent.
Yeah, it does. It looks really good.
But also me being like lover of hand-to-hand combat, I'm like, yes, there's not any like super crazy superpowers. It's just guys fighting.
Yeah. That's actually something I didn't notice in the trailers, but now that I think back on it.
Right. But just not just that. You think about it, Black Panther really does. Besides his suit and claws, it's still hand-to-hand combat. It's not like
He's a cat version of Tony Stark.
Tony Stark uses a gold titanium alloy for his suits. Not
Well, just the fact that he's like,
not
regular
the,
guy
like,
in
super,
a suit.
not the vibranium. He doesn't use
Yeah,
vibranium.
I have no idea.
Vibranium is what
All
makes
this
up
stuff.
Iron Man or Captain America's shield
Unobtainium.
and T'Challa's armor.
You guys feeling pizza or anything?
Yes.
Yeah, I feel like
I'd
we
be
should go
down.
get food. All right, guys, we're gonna end the podcast pretty much here.
Yeah.
When
We
stomachs
had
start
our
growling.
we had our predictions. Then we started
think
fooling around.
As long as like the audio like didn't die for whatever reason,
Right.
like last time.
Aw.
This is a really good podcast. Thanks for joining us,
hello.
guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for being here, guys.
This is
Yeah.
pretty much Will's
This was
first
fun.
time on the channel.
Yeah.
yeah, it really
Yeah.
is.
It
His breakout.
is my first time.
It's his first time really working with me on like a YouTube thing. So
Yeah.
welcome to the channel, Will.
Hey, Will.
Yeah, boy.
Or Wigwam.
This is a initiation question.
Okay.
What is the definition of welcome?
Welcome.
That's a good question.
It could have multiple meanings, but I'm just gonna go with the obvious one. It's like to greet very comfortingly.
No, it's just to greet. That's the only definition of
To
It's
welcome.
not comforting.
The
Not
only
you're welcome.
definition.
You're welcome.
Is it to greet?
It's just a greeting.
There's no definition.
Not for like you're welcome?
No.
I still don't know if these amiibo work. I should
Oh,
be
were we gonna talk about plans for?
Oh yeah, yo. So we're done talking about things that don't have to do with us.
Oh, the topic
So
I set up at the beginning.
we'll-
We're
yeah.
done.
We're
with
gonna
that.
talk about the channel.
Now to the real
for
topic.
instance. So
Real talk.
let's talk about the channel that you're watching right now. This is
one
Anthony
is this?
H2K.
Oh, is this the?
This is the second channel, gaming channel.
Oh,
you know.
game. Okay.
It's
gaming
kind of
channel.
in limbo right now, but you know, this will be bringing it back a little bit. Things I want from this channel, I'm gonna be putting my films on this channel.
Oh, you are.
Yep, this is the channel where films, skits, live action, vlogs, gaming, just all that stuff.
Everything but the music.
Everything but music, pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah,
Cool. So this channel's gonna see a lot more of me, hopefully. Then.
yeah,
Sick.
yeah. So something I'm just gonna allude to, I guess, Zach and I are going to be co-producing a movie that's
Like the old days. We were kind of inspired by Disaster Artist, by the way, to actually
yeah.
pick this up.
to get back into.
Although
it.
it's always been in the back of our minds,
Oh, I
more
guess.
so.
yeah.
Oh yeah, that's the one.
So that's gonna be happening. If you want to see more of what it might be like, look up the new Batman 3.
Watch the other two.
Don't watch the
No.
other two.
I couldn't get 2 minutes.
The new
into
Batman
first one.
3, Anthony Case. Just type that in the search
They're
bar.
important.
Not yet.
You're right.
No.
They're not important yet.
Just
but-
you wait.
Oh boy. But
We
yeah,
have good plans
we
for
have
it.
very good plans.
Just
it's gonna
watch
be.
the room instead.
We're gonna put a lot of time into it. So
Yeah. We've already put
And
quite some
thoughts.
thought. We're gonna be
It's
putting our heads
you know,
together to make
It's not just gonna
the
be
best thing that new
new Batman
man
that
could
stuff.
get.
Yeah. So.
Which isn't hard to do at this point.
Yep. Pretty much.
But we're gonna make it great.
We're gonna make it great.
We're gonna
Make
make
new
new
Batman
Batman great
Great
again.
So one of the things that I wanted to put in the description, we got Zach here. Zach's got his channel.
Hey, that's me.
He's got a channel.
I talked about movies the most.
He
I talked
he,
like
he likes
talked
movies a
your ear
lot.
off.
He makes movies.
I do
yeah.
make some movies.
We plugged the zombie movies in the description. Go and watch that playlist.
Yes.
I have
I
actually
do love it. It does
that
have a lot of
started
heart.
it
Yeah.
all.
I've
it did start
sat
out.
down like basically on a date with someone at one point and watched that.
Did they
They're,
like it?
they're like, you decide what we watch. You know, that type of thing. You know, girls like they don't
Yeah,
want to
you
make any
decide.
decisions. So we watched freaking the zombie
The
movies
typical zombie movie
with
1, 2,
with
3.
me in it.
There are two parts to the second one.
Yes, in typical movie
yeah.
fashion. Part
That was a
1 and
while
2.
ago. I haven't seen them in a while. We'll have to watch them again. Marathon.
I'm down.
But yeah, so
Yeah.
that's just like a little taste of what Zach's made of.
As I've
Nowadays,
said,
we've aged a lot.
It's not that great, but it's got heart. It's got heart. I like it. I still
Yeah,
like it.
it's-
I look fondly back on the times. You know that everyone
It's
on the
fun.
production set had fun. I want you to go into that with that mindset.
And-
Everyone was happy.
And like, if you like any of it, like you kind of like, oh, that was kind of funny.
Blake wasn't happy.
Continue on to Zach's channel. Like, just go through all those videos. There's not really any bad. Like, you can't click on
You could leave out your typical spy movie. Just don't.
No,
We don't
that was
talk
a lot
about
of
that one.
fun. I love doing that.
I actually do like that. You can
loved
skip
it.
the Fire Emblem stuff unless you really want to see it.
But you got to start it from the beginning.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Just give
But,
it- it's a long series. That literally, most videos are over an hour. You don't have to watch them. You can just know
you
they
must watch
exist.
start to finish.
Do
every
not-
single second.
Pick up
of
any
every
other
single
of the
video.
live action videos, and they're great.
Basically, same deal as Anthony. It's been on a hiatus, but I am working on something. So there's not nothing coming. I know the last video was 5 months ago. There's not nothing coming, but it's definitely like there are long hiatuses.
Yeah. Make sure you check out Will's channel.
Haiti?
Make sure you check out Will's channel. He
Check out Will's channel.
Non-existent.
he
Wi-
does
Wigwam.
candy reviews.
Japanese.
He doesn't
candy
eat them. He just looks at them and
and
reviews
Mexican candy.
the aesthetics.
Only those two countries.
This is all
it
a
time
lie.
to
I
plug
don't
in
have a
a
YouTube
Blake's channel?
channel.
And
I don't. Oh,
You do have a channel. Wait, you know your friend.
I don't have a channel.
Blake's friend, like Blake's good friend, you know.
Yeah, like they work together on most things, so I just call it his channel.
And Blake always is talking about it, like
Who?
all the time. Chris,
Chris.
Chris.
you're always talking about Chris's channel. Like,
Chris with a K.
Chris, we'll put his channel in the description.
Chris is cool. He won't plug it because
Never
he's,
heard
he's
of him.
selfish. Not selfish. He just won't brag about himself. He just
Yeah.
refuses.
Selfless.
He's a good guy.
Selfless.
He's humble.
Good guy.
Guys, I
Humble.
want to end it with my new lock screen wallpaper.
You changed.
Thanks everyone for joining the most recent PodKase, which is this one.
It was
Number
fun.
3.
Hi.
Look at this.
Hi.
Dan and Phantom. Does it say butt at the bottom?
No, Butch.
Butch. Oh.
Butch.
But
Butts.
It looks like butts.
It kind of does
All
look like butts.
Well, thank you guys so much for watching. This is the official goodbye.
thank you for having us.
Laters.
Thanks for listening.
Yeah.
Bye bye.
And
I
there's
probably want to.
wait, one last thing. Make sure you guys leave suggestions on topics and anything you want to hear us talk about in the future.
Smash that like button.
And we'll see